your petition is before God, know that God ears are open to the cry of the righteous. Prayer can change the heart of man. Prayer can change the spirit of man. You remember David that said David was a man after God's own heart. In the 51st chapter of Psalms, it was David said, Lord, create in me a clean heart and renew the right spirit in me. For this that I've done, I've sinned only against you. Man needs a new heart in the day that we live in. Man needs his heart to be broken, to break up that fallow ground, to break up that rough ground, to break up that hard heart. Man's heart has become hard in the day that we live in. Man's spirit has become polluted in the hour that we live in. But it's going to take prayer in this hour. It's going to take prayer like never before. Jesus was our example about prayer. Prayer holds deliverance. Prayer certainly can change any situation around. You remember at midnight, it was Paul and Silas in jail. You remember the saints of God got together and they prayed until the prison court was open. They prayed until there was a shaking in the inner court. There was a dark room. There was a place they were set aside and separated from the other prisoners. But they had the audacity begin to sing praise to God. They prayed in the midnight hour. They prayed when everybody else was asleep. Saints, we got to go back in the hour in the day that we live in. We got to spend quality time with God. We got to lay prostrate before God. Prayer, it got to be on the core of the inner man. If we're going to survive this walk that we walk, we're going to have to pray like never before. We're going to have to pray to see deliverance come. We're going to have to pray like the apostle did in the days of old. You remember in this book of St. John, the 5th chapter, it talks about the pool of Bethesda. There was a man there. He had been sick and lame 38 years. Then Jesus, God sent the angels to stir the waters. And Jesus was there. And he looked at the man and said, Sir, why are you not in the water? The man responded by saying, every attempt that I make, someone get in before me. But Jesus said to that man that had the infirmity 38 long years, Jesus said, take up your bed and walk. So today I say to the church, that situation that been staring you in the face, take up your bed and walk. Take up your bed and move forward. Know that there's nothing impossible with God, but all things are possible to them that believe. You remember